everyone. So, I don't know if you can hear me very well. My cat's eating. But, I haven't posted a video in a while. Me and, as you know, the wannabe farmer. Well, we were trying to have a kid. I posted a video about the Mirena, which is a IUD that you can insert to use as birth control, which is good if it works good for you. Me, on the other hand, I had problems from day one, pretty much. My strings had to be trimmed, then they were trimmed too short. So whenever I went to get it removed 5 years later, they couldn't find the strings. I went to somebody else who tried. And long story short, they got it out. But I'm getting older. I will be 34 in May. To me, that's older. You know? I already have 2 kids. One with the wannabe farmer, one prior to him, so he has, adopted my son, pretty much. His dad's still in the picture and all that good stuff. His dad's still there, stuff like that. But it's also one of them things where, Sean pretty much, treats him like his own. That's his own kid. Whatever. So, we decided, since I'm getting older, maybe we would have, I suggested that we have kids, 2 more, maybe, back to back. I think my body can do that. But, I'm going to cry this episode. I'm going to try to keep it together. So, since December, I got my Mirena taken out in November, okay? So, since December, we had been trying to have a baby. And it got to the point to where, we were trying, and I know I'm fertile. I've had 2 kids prior. But for some odd reason, it just wasn't happening. And I honestly got to the point where, one night I just looked at Sean and I was like, I'm so sorry. I may not be able to have another baby. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I am not the woman that, can carry more kids. Huge burden on me. So anyway, the week of February 13th, I find out I am pregnant. Now, I vape now. Prior to that, with both of my children, I smoked. Both of them. I dropped down. Now, I was smoking a pack and a half a day, with both of them. I dropped that down to 3 to 5 cigarettes, maybe that a day, with both of them. I didn't fully quit. I quit when my daughter was born, and then about 6-7 months later, I started smoking again. And my daughter was born with a congenital diaphragmatic hernia. So, she was in the NICU for 5.5 months. My first child, my son, he was born perfectly fine. He came home, whatever, 2 days later, whatever it is, whatever. We had to stay in the hospital, all that good stuff. Anyway, so my daughter was born with a congenital diaphragmatic hernia. It's called CDH. It's where her diaphragm did not fully form all the way. So, like, all of her insides, like, literally, everything was up in her chest. The last thing that goes up in your chest if you don't have a diaphragm, or, like, if you have a hole in your diaphragm, is your liver. And 80% of her liver was up in her chest. So, when we first found this out, me and Sean, we were given a 30% chance of her surviving. I went, during that pregnancy, I had so many ultrasounds, vaginal ultrasounds. Like, this is kind of not, this isn't for kids, so no kids listening. Younger kids or people that are, I guess, menstruating or have hit puberty. This is stuff that happens. So, 30% chance of making it. My first MRI. Like, I had to go and have MRIs. If anybody has had an MRI, the MRI machine for me wasn't scary, like, going in, because it's like going into this tiny little tunnel. What was scary was as soon as the knocking noise started, it was like, but it's really, really loud. And they let you, like, watch a movie or whatever, but it's still extremely loud. Like, you can still hear it over the movie. Stupid. But anyway, excuse me. So we have our daughter. Our daughter has, complications. She is not hooked up to an ECMO. She is, I have my second ultrasound. They give her like a 70% chance to live. I'm like, alright, this is really looking up. It only happens 1 in every 2,500 people. Okay, so to give you a little bit of background for me, okay, after I had my son, I had my gallbladder removed. After I had my gallbladder removed, I was diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome with diarrhea. Now, move up to my daughter, all this stuff happens. She is a 1 in 2,500 chance, okay? The doctors were great. Anyway, so I did not get her back for 5.5 months. She was 5.5 months old by the time I got her home. I had her in July. Like, this just gives you an idea. I had her in the middle of July, and I did not get her back home until 3 days prior to Christmas. So yeah, a long time. I didn't hold her. I didn't get to touch her until she was 10 days old, when she had her first surgery, which was her repair surgery. Okay? So my baby, something that I grew, was 10 days old before I got to even touch her. Like, they didn't even want us touching her. They didn't want us doing anything like that to possibly make her move out of the pretty much medication coma that they had her in. Okay? So, all that happens. We get her back in December. She had that surgery and another surgery to put in a GJ tube, which is a gastrojejunum tube. So it goes farther down into your intestines. So it's like right in between your small intestine and your large intestine. Her intestines just weren't working right. Like everything in her throat was like kind of going down, and then it would come back up, and then it would go down, and then it would come back up. Like it was crazy. So that was in October. I was actually taking my son trick-or-treating when I got the phone call. Like, hey, we're taking her into surgery. Everything's going to be okay. And I was like, what? And everything ended up being okay. Anyway, so this time around, I'm going to have to blow my nose. I'm sorry, you guys. This time around, I'm thinking, okay, I am getting older. Sean wants a couple more kids. Me, on the other hand, I'm still on the fence on whether to have kids or not. Like, I have my son, I have my daughter, whatever. I have a brown-eyed child and I have a blue-eyed child. Like, they're both, as you can see, I have red hair. I don't know if you can see it very well. Like, it looks really dark right now. It's kind of orange colored. But, they both have brown hair. They're both brunettes. But one has blue eyes, one has brown eyes, one's a boy, one's a girl. Like, it's perfect. And I'm like, okay, so I go, like, after I have Mariah, I go ahead and decide, okay, I'm going to get the Mirena, put in. Like, then I can get it taken out in a few years, whatever. It's an IUD. It's something that they put up inside of you that is shaped like a T. So, well, I think what it's shaped like is maybe if okay, so what it's shaped like is like this. And there's like this, well, wait. This, I guess. So there's like this T, right? Well, I don't know. I don't even know how to do that. Excuse the language. So there's like this T, right? And it kind of comes up, and then there's this line that comes down. And then off these two little T, like these T ends, are strings that come down. That's an IUD. So I've heard many, many yays and many, many no's on this IUD. I'm a no. So I had this IUD put in right after I had my daughter, like 2 months after, whenever you get okay to get checked out and you can have sex pretty much, that's when you get pretty much started. If you're a woman, you start getting started on your birth control, whatever you decide to do after having the baby. If you decide to not want to have any more babies, you go and get your tubes tied. Like, that's it, 8 weeks, 2 months. So I decide I'm going to get a Mirena put in because it's the cheapest option. I don't have to buy birth control. I was really good at taking the pill, but I was tired of taking it. Like, I don't want to have to take a pill every day. Like, I just want to go on with my life. So I took the Mirena. I had a period from day 1 to day whenever I got it taken out, which was in November of 2019. So I literally had a period. Never stopped having a period. They told me after 1 year I'd stop having a period. That did not happen. This is going to be a long video, so if you hang in there, thank you. If not, then thank you still. I don't know. Long story short, I got it taken out and I thought I couldn't have a baby. Me and Sean were trying. Nothing was happening. All this stuff was going on. Nothing was happening. Then finally, I found out February 13th, I was pregnant. Well, a couple days, like, had gone by. I hadn't had my period in a couple days, like, and I wasn't regular to begin with because my Mirena threw everything off whack anyway. So I just kind of prejudged it. Like, I was very, very regular before my Mirena. Every 21 to 24 days, I would start my period, regardless. Did not matter. Did not matter what birth control I was on. Every 21 to 24 days, I started. So every time I knew I was late, oh yeah, you're gonna be a mommy again. Well, I find out that I'm pregnant again, and I'm super excited. Like, I am telling everybody. Like, come February 14th, Sean got me pearls. I was so excited and super ecstatic to be pregnant again. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna be a mommy again. I'm so excited. And then I go to my first doctor's appointment, which was in March of this year. And like earlier in March, because it's still March. And they're like, alright. So they start prepping me for all this kid stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I've already been there, done that. I've had 2 kids. I had both of them vaginally. So I've had both of them naturally. I have had an epidural with both of them. The first one I was told, if you don't get this epidural, you're going to have a C-section. So I took the epidural instead of a C-section. The second one, with Mariah, I was induced because they wouldn't let me go completely 40 weeks, or 39 weeks. I had to be induced at 38 weeks, okay? So I go in, and for my 8-week checkup, I'm thinking, okay, I'm 8 weeks, yay, all this is great. And I go in, and there's no heartbeat. And I'm like, what? Wait. There should be a heartbeat. Like, I've had both of my kids great. Like, there's no possible way. They're like, no, there's no heartbeat. So I go in for a second one, like the next week. No heartbeat. So I am getting ready to take the pills that I have to take in order to fully trying to do this without crying. Carry out my miscarriage. They have looked for the heartbeat 3 times. My numbers, my hormone numbers just keep dropping. And I'm not saying that all of this is because of my Mirena. I'm not saying that it's due to smoking. I'm not saying you can hear the thunderstorm in the background, which is great. I love storms. Anyway, I've had my roof blown off the top of my house. I'm pretty sure due to a funnel cloud one night. Super scary, but I still love storms. I love the sound of them. Anyway, I'm really trying to stay positive, and to be completely honest with you, the only thing, like, it seems like nobody understands. Like, I've had this child, and I've tried to explain it to my husband, and he tries. Don't get me wrong, he tries. But I watched my daughter turn blue. Like, her lips completely blue. Her face completely blue. Her body completely blue. While she had a fever, and her just start shaking. And I laid her down on the floor and I thought, I don't know what is going on. And I just automatically, like, just popped up like, nope, 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 nope. This is not happening. This isn't happening. So, I haven't posted in a while because I've been sick. At first I was really happy that I was just having a crap ton of morning sickness. And now I'm still sick, but it's not because of morning sickness. Like, I'm completely nauseous and I don't feel good. Because I guess my body is just rejecting what is there. Sorry. It's there. So, I haven't been posting because I've been sick. So, my suggestion is, when it comes to an IUD, don't do it. Take the pills. They've been okayed since the 60s. They've been okayed since the 60s for a reason. I'd much rather take a pill every day than possibly this. I know it happens, and I'm not saying that it doesn't. Nobody knows why it happens, but I don't know why it did. The only thing I've ever done different was my Mirena. I don't do drugs. I drink every now and then. That's it. I smoke. I've smoked with both of my kids. Both. There is no difference. Except for my Mirena. And the very first thing my gyno told me whenever I walked into my office was, it wasn't your Mirena. Which makes me think, it was. Don't get an IUD. Don't get that. That is stopping ours as a woman's fertilization. So, if you want to do that, then do it. It is all up to you. For me personally, I will never, ever get a Mirena or any kind of IUD ever again. For the rest of my life, I'll just take a pill or tell my husband to, wrap your willy, don't be silly, whatever. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for everything. I'm getting ready to do all this tomorrow, so I gotta take a certain amount of pills. But it's okay. I have God to hold me and to walk with me through everything, to hold my hand through everything. Sean will be here, so if I need anything, he'll be here. The most thing I'm worried about is just, God being right there. I don't know. Wish me luck. By the time I post this, it'll already be done. But thanks, guys. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks for watching my videos. This really sucks. And to all the people out there, to all the girls who have lost children, who have gone through miscarriages, I don't understand. And nor do I ever, I do not ever think that I will understand. But my heart is with you. My heart is with every parent who has lost a child. My mom lost her daughter 3 years ago. And she was older. My mom has also had a miscarriage. So, I don't know. My heart's with you, parents, mamas. Like I said, I don't know what you're going through. Your feelings may be completely different than mine, and that is perfectly okay. You're perfect. You're amazing the way you are. You are beautiful. You are great. You're a great mama. Don't let this get to you. You just be you. That's Hale. I love you guys bunches. Thanks for being there.